Hello,
Hello, hello, hello, hello, hello.
What was the question?
Name one person who enjoys their agency.
Name one person who actually enjoys their agency. Like, do you wake up every day and be like, oh, I love working with my roofing client. I love working with my real estate agent. I want to go take this guy out to dinner and travel the world with him. Like, no. Come on, guys. You'd be lying straight to your teeth. I've closed over 300 agents in my lifetime. I've probably spoken to 1,000 agents, my agency. There's been one person, he's a great friend. His name's Zach Kleindext. And if he's watching this video, which he's most likely not, but he knows I know he's the man. Yeah, bro, like that's the thing. Like the agency is great for survival. You build insane skill sets, then you get to a point where it's like, okay, you're just like, dude, you don't enjoy the people you're working with, man. You don't. Like I said, you don't.
I'll hit that wall.
Yeah, bro, like it just gets super draining, man. You know what I mean? And so like there's so many key parts to growing a business where like my service is not gonna just solve my real estate agents all of my problems, you know? And I don't want to grow. And could I build an insane fulfillment and go super deep dive into the niche and try to change this person's life? I don't want to because they don't want it. Whereas like I'm working with five guys. These guys are coming to me and they're literally saying, I want to change my life. That's motivating for me. But like you're working with people who, you know, like I have great clients too, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, we work with some top brokerages that I love, right? We're doing business with people who actually do business, right? But specifically in my industry, like a lot of these people aren't business owners, right? Like, and if you ever had a client who's complained about your service, look them up. How much money have they been doing, right? So a lot of my clients, when a client cancels, right, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna look them up, I'll do my research. A lot of these people have been doing $50K a year for the past 10 years. It's not me, it's what they've been doing on a day-to-day basis, 100%. And what they're doing when they wake up. There's just so much that goes into building a business, you know what I mean? As much as I can say like, yeah, coach can help you, it's gotta come from within. You know, so a lot of these people, a lot of these real estate agents that I work with, they don't wanna grow themselves, you know?
The way I've boiled it down is your dream client is a previous version of you.
100%.
And that typically means a younger version of you. There's a very good chance that some 60-year-old that's been in the business, the industry for 30 years isn't your dream client.
No.
Right?
No.
They're not aligned with you at all. Like there's no way I could
Dan Kennedy talks about that too, if you know Dan Kennedy. Really just build who you want to work with. And don't bring anybody outside of that. And that's the problem with me is that we bring on everybody. And so I get into these like, yeah, the agency's great, my team is great. Do I have some great clients? Yeah, but I also bring on some crappy clients I shouldn't bring on. But, you know, I mean, that's a whole nother story why I do it. But that's why I like the coaching space, because you're working with people, you're building a system for them or the skill that you've built and helping them get to where you're at, you know? And it's so much fun. And there's so much like, can I say the agency sucks? Like, hell no, it's a great business model, you know? But I'd rather work with people.
I think that's where you start though, bro.
That's where you start.
The agency is you learning a skill and then going and doing it for other people.
Yep.
And I told you this. You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You run an agency, you deliver a service, you get a result one time, right? But you teach a man a fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
Yeah.
You coach somebody and transfer a skill to them.
Yeah.
They have that skill for the rest of their life. What's more valuable? Right?
Exactly. Teach them how to fish.
And so that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's you going, this is I'm passionate about talking about this. It's you going through the shit initially, starting the agency, learning a skill, and then when you're really good at that skill, you could just take that skill and go teach people it. SMS, right? That's your thing.
Yeah, SMS
what
and cold calling,
what are you literally doing? You're doing it for people right now. Now you're teaching people how to do it.
Exactly.
Like if you wanted to, you could even coach realtors. Because now you have proof, like, hey, this thing works, let me just teach it to you. So a lot of guys also have that option. Instead of switching niches completely.
Have you found it, like, I've always heard that, like, you know, do it yourself, done with you is harder to sell but easier to fulfill? Whereas, like, done for you, what are your thoughts on that?
No, that's BS. Like, I'll reconfirm that.
Good.
I've heard that too from mentors. Oh, you know, done with you or do-it-yourself offer is harder to sell than a done-for-you offer. It's because fundamentally you have the wrong belief on what an offer is. When you think that, the reason you think done for you is more valuable is because you're doing labor.
Yeah.
You're doing labor and you're fulfilling a service, right? And then done with you, oh, I'm just teaching something to somebody over a Zoom call.
It's interesting.
But that's not what an offer is.
Yeah.
An offer is a result that you're selling to somebody. And as long as they can believe that what you're saying is true, then they're gonna pay. Does that kind of make sense?
That makes sense.
Right?
That makes sense. And I want to ask you something too, because this was my biggest struggle, right? Like, especially if people have like successful agencies and it's going well, like myself. Like, it's like getting out of your comfort zone in a way, right? So like, it's going super, super well, but most people that run agencies don't like really love what they do, right? Tons of people in this space who ran a real estate marketing agency scaled it 200, 250, 300.
Yeah.
It's obviously you have something that's working and you're making money, but there's something about it that you're not enjoying, which I'm at. And it was a big push to like, it's like this fine line, like, oh, am I getting shiny object syndrome? Or am I going down the right path?
Yeah.
You know, and like that's kind of where I'm still, even to this day, still kind of facing a little bit. You know what I mean? Where it's like, man, I went into this like coaching space where I'm building people cold call systems, SMS systems, and it's been so much fun. You know what I mean? And I'm getting these people insane results. But then I'm like, oh shit, like this is also working. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I think
that fine line of like shiny object syndrome or like transitioning into something bigger for yourself.
Yeah. And I think the first thing you said about being scared, kind of in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I think growth is on the other side of comfort. Growth comes from being uncomfortable. In the same way how you wouldn't have started the agency if you weren't willing to be uncomfortable and get out of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
And so it's this choice, right? You have to make a decision. You're either going to stagnate and just kind of stay where you're at, or you're going to get out of that comfort zone again to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Because most people just go from 0 to 1.
No, exactly.
From $0 to 10K, 50K, 100K a month in the agency.
Yeah.
Very hard for someone to make the decision like you did to go from 1 to 2. To go from, hey, the agency is making me solid money, but I know I'm meant for more. I know I'm meant for a bigger purpose, to make more money, to do this, and this. I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna invest into myself. I'm gonna build this coaching business, build a personal brand, because I know that's level 2. That's getting to millions and millions of dollars.
Interesting.
And so I would say, in terms of it being a shiny object syndrome, it's a shiny object syndrome if you let it be.
Yeah.
If you think that there's only pros that come on the other side of coaching.
Yeah.
But like I told you that since the get-go, right?
Yeah.
Dude, if you think that it's only gonna be good things out of this, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because that's what a shiny object is. It's you fundamentally thinking that like, hey, this other thing is the
easier.
only way, it's easier. It's the only way to do it, and there's no cons to it. Any business has its cons. You gotta choose your hard, is what I would say. Choose your hard. Yeah. It's not a shiny object if you understand that it's hard to build a brand. It's hard to build a coaching offer. It's hard just like anything else is hard.
That's very true. It's interesting.
This is good, bro. Like, talk to the guy that like you were before starting the coaching.
I guess like I don't know if you guys relate to it, but like the one thing about me is like that's super tough is like, am I making the right decision? Like indecisiveness, right? And so like you get analysis paralysis, right? Am I making the right decision? But like the faster you make decisions, the faster you're gonna find out.
That's where I was getting. Patrick Bet-David talks about this. The speed at which you make decisions will correlate how much money you make.
Yes.
The best entrepreneurs in the world make the fastest decisions. They figure out, hey, I need to hire this guy. They have the guy hired tomorrow.
Very true.
Those are the guys, not the guys that take 30 days, right? Oh, but what if
all of its pros and cons.
But what if I don't have enough money, and what if it
so
doesn't work,
bro? Because like you hear people, like I've heard people like talking, like I have tons of friends. What if? And I'm like, dude, just do it. And I'm over here sitting like, what if for a while. You know what I mean?
Because it's constant evolution. When I had scaled my agency initially, and I got over that first hump, I was so arrogant. Honestly, I can like look back and say that now. I thought when I got into coaching that I knew it all. Like I knew everything. That's what I thought. Because my ego was inflated. I was on this freaking power trip, and I got mad. I was really, really upset that one night I realized when something wasn't going my way in the coaching business, that there was still so much more for me to learn. And it was just so like dumb looking back at it. You know what I mean? It's constant evolution, bro.
Yeah, you can't get.
It's constant evolution.
You can't get comfortable.
Like the what ifs you're saying. Like those are things you still had at the beginning. So it's still beating that and just beating like a bigger final boss every time. Like it's always bigger.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The giant you have to slay.
Yeah, and like a huge part is just like you can't stop evolving, right? Like right now, guys, like fully transparent. Like I automated the agency, and I was like, oh, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I was waking up, you know, doing some stuff in the morning, then go to the gym and just like come back and like chill. You know what I mean? Like money was coming in. I was making like $5,000 a day doing nothing, and then like
that's a bar.
but like brutal though. Like I was like, wow, I got complacent, and now things are starting to catch up to me. You know what I mean? Right at this moment where the business is not breaking, but revenue's down more than I would like it to be, where it's like we're not growing month after month, just by a little bit, right? Compared to last month. So you just can't get comfortable. You know what I mean? You gotta always constantly be evolving. Read the next book, learn something, keep learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good, bro. That's good. So what made you like pull the trigger on coaching? Like what was kind of the idea?
Oh, dude, so I'll shout the guys out. Sam Whiteman and Oscar, I don't know how to pronounce the last name Oscar, but I was watching this video. Those two kids came to me for help through a referral. I was like, yeah, man, I can help you guys out. And I helped them out. I helped them scaled up. And now these guys are like my friends. Where it's like, I don't even feel like you know what I mean? It wasn't like a client, you know what I mean? It didn't feel like a client. It felt like a friend that I helped out, right? And these people wanted to pay me because, you know, they felt good about paying me and getting results, and you know what I mean? Like, just working with people that have the same vision as me, you know, and I created a friendship with these guys, dude. We go on calls, like, I mean, these guys paid me, right? And like, I get on the calls like 6 months later with them, right? Am I doing 6 months of work at that price that they paid me? No, right? I'm quote unquote underpaid, right? But like, dude, I love getting on calls with these guys. Now they're at a point where they're literally helping me with things.
You'll do it for free, is what you're saying.
I'll literally do it for free.
You're willing to do it for free.
It's so much fun. Like, I built
you're getting paid for
such great relationships with these guys. Like, dude, I would go hang out with these guys in freaking Spain, freaking Greece, Bali, wherever.
So those are the main reasons, is like, you 100%. Went from agency to coach because now you love what you do.
Love what I do.
You love the impact you leave on these people. You love who you're working with.
Yep.
You love the profit that comes with it.
Yep.
All these things included. You love
overhead.
The skill you're gonna learn now, building a brand.
Yep.
All these things, right?
Yep.
So I'm curious, just so he knows.
Yeah.
How much we started 30 days ago working together. Yeah. How much have you made from your YouTube channel since you started the coaching program?
I made one video. I actually asked where everybody came from. They said that one video, that first video I made, I generated 17.5K in revenue with only, or probably profit actually. 7.5K. We're used to saying revenue in the agency, but it's actually all profit. 17.5K in profit off of a video that got 550 views. I'm hooked. And then I love these guys to death. You know what I mean?
That's the best part, is that when someone pays you, you get happier after they pay you. Then instead of, you know that in the agency?
I get stressed when I close someone in the agency. I'm like,
that's what I'm talking about. I remember someone 5K pitch, slap it at me, right?
Yeah, bro.
Let's go, and then we have to book the onboarding call.
Fuck, dude.
Oh my god.
Onboarding call.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Jeez,
you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, hell yeah, I know what you're talking about, bro. That's why I automate it.
Dude, I'm curious because I want to help other guys make this transformation that you made.
Yeah.
You made 17.5K in profit from your first YouTube video. We're just getting started. We're gonna build this thing into like a multiple 6-figure a month business.
Yeah.
What would you say to that guy that's that agency owner? He's at 30, 50, 100, 300K a month. And maybe he doesn't love the business. Like, I would say same pain points you were running into. What would you tell him?
Honestly, get out there and start building a brand, but like, don't have the expectation like, hey, I'm gonna blow up off the first video. Because I literally had no expectation. I did, and you probably will too. But once you do it, like, I mean, man, it's gonna change your beliefs in what you're capable of. I never thought I could make money off YouTube videos. I saw it, and I was like, man, can I do it? And I was like, all right, let me just tighten up and let me just do it, and it did. And I was like, wow, this was crazy. It worked. I'm attracting everybody. I visualized who the people I want to work with. All 5 people I signed up from or 4, however many people it was, are exactly who I want to work with. And I'm going to get them insane fucking results. I am. You know what I mean?
It's a win-win, bro.
It's going to be so easy.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. I literally did it. It wasn't even like a sales call. I was just like,
it's an enrollment call.
In the call, we were just talking about traveling and like, just whatever, like just bro shit. You know what I mean?
And I bet they were sold on you because they had trusted you beforehand by watching your videos. Are you chasing down any leads in your coaching business at all?
Zero. No follow-up. We don't do follow-up. I literally tell them, like,
we don't do follow-up, bro.
No,
Take
no
that for
follow-up,
sales
bro.
advice.
Yeah, no follow-up, dude. Never that, dude. But
The way I picture it real quick is when you're really, really great at what you do, you don't need to chase people down. Let like the W2 and you know, salespeople go do that work in car companies. When you're really, really great at what you do, the service you provide, the skill you have, your people will find you.
yeah,
Your people will find you. So focus on getting better at the skill than trying to convince someone to buy.
Yeah.
Did you have to convince anyone to buy?
nobody. I mean, there was one situation where I had to push someone over the edge, but I knew that they needed to do it.
That was probably something mental.
There's one
that they were
kid,
going
right,
through.
Neftali, right? If you're watching this, right? I know he was a little bit more nervous to sign up, right? Because his funds weren't fully there, but he had enough, right? I was like, did you have enough money to do this? He signed up. I told him to do X, Y, and Z. He did X, Y, and Z, and he already onboarded his first 2 clients in literally 2 days. After he signed 2 clients, he sold. He's probably already going to make, like, he went from, like, he was at 0, and now he's probably going to be, like, at 4K a month. Just right now, he's going to be at 4K a month.
Disgusting, bro.
Disgusting. We haven't even started yet, bro. I told him. He's
like, go ahead.
I can literally, I'll send you guys the screenshots. I'll post it up here. But, like, you can, you know, put it right here, right? And, nah, like, the kid's a really cool kid, man. Like, I really like working with him. Good dude and wants to get better, and he'll be able to build his coaching business too. You know what I mean? I'll teach him the same transition, bro. I'm like, it's hard. You got to really come into coaching, but you got to have a skill that can solve a problem for people. You know what I mean?
You have to.
You can't be somebody who hits 5K a month in their age. I mean, I guess you could. You know what I mean? You can help those people, but you want to really, like, dial in everything in your skill. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, is there's no becoming good enough to coach, because you might
true.
not call yourself good enough.
That's very true.
You still have
true.
problems.
Yeah. I still have
You
problems
could
with
get to
my agency.
500K a month.
Yeah.
You're gonna wait till you get to 500 to coach, to $1 million a month, like that's how they stop themselves from realizing,
true.
like, hey, they tell
Take
themselves
that back,
that
what I said, yeah.
as an excuse.
Yeah.
You know why? Like, this is real shit I'm talking
That's
about.
very
bro.
true.
As an excuse because they're scared to get out of that comfort zone.
Yeah, he's broke my limiting
That's what
belief.
it is.
Yeah, he's broke my limiting belief.
But
So scratch that.
all right, so sell me here. Sell him here. Would you recommend someone works for me if they're trying to start a coaching business? What would you say to them?
Dude, don't even hesitate, bro. Like, do not hesitate.
Get up
Just
and
pull
close.
the trigger. The faster you make decisions, the faster you're gonna move. Like, if you're already thinking about starting a business or coaching business, you probably built a skill set. And if you look back at building that skill set, you made that decision fast in order to build that skill. So do the same thing here. Do it, hands down.
Let's go. If you are somebody that's looking to scale your agency, over here, go to this guy.
There you go, dude.
If you
Underscore Jacob Ray.
on Instagram, pop up. If you are trying to build a coaching business that you love, makes you 20 to 30K a month in profit, purely organic, the best business you've ever going to build, go ahead and go down below.
Put it right here.
Go right here. Go right here.
Instagram. DM on Instagram.
But yeah, I hope you got some value.